We're talking about an interesting question raised in our meeting by producer Joe. I'm on the fence. You're a big fan.
What? Get off the fence.
No, because I'm unsure. I understand both arguments. I'm allowed to understand both sides.
No, but you
I don't have to pick a side.
You must have a preference one way or the other.
Anything that upsets you, I'm kind of...
Do you know what I mean?
No, I genuinely don't with this one. I can honestly see both sides of the argument. I think if I scored a hat-trick in a World Cup final in 90 minutes and someone did it in 120, there will be a part of me that goes, well, mine's a bit better than yours. I did it in real time.
Not really.
Oh, there would be, Benny.
No.
There would be.
Yeah, but that's like saying if you scored I scored 3 penalties in the World Cup final and you scored 3 from open play.
Yeah.
Does that make yours better than mine?
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it does. It so does.
What does it say on the stat sheet?
Yeah, but what? Okay, why do people question, not rightly, but why do people question Harry Kane's golden boot of 6 when they say 3 from the pen
Because they're trying
spot?
to make excuses. They're trying to hate on Harry.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that bit.
Free Harry.
Let's go to the phone line, shall we? 03717223344. We're asking if there really has ever been a World Cup final hat-trick because, of course...
You bet lucky before Jeff starts calling up the phone.
Sir Jeff.
Yeah, so I apologise. Sir Jeff.
Well, I said hat-trick. He's last one didn't go over the line. Oh, the middle one. It's the middle one. Josh. Hello, Josh.
You all right, lads?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, lads. Are you?
I'm good. What, have you ever thought this before? It's just listening to this show for the first time. You're thinking, actually, there's a point to be made here.
Yeah, I think in extra time, nah, not in extra time. I think the game is finished at 90 minutes, isn't it? Extra time, that extra half an hour, like, I don't know which one of you lads said it, that's to determine the winner of the game. League games, they're finished in 90 minutes. So I think if a hat-trick's in 90 minutes, it's a hat-trick. Anything after that, nah, I don't think it counts.
Yeah, but the only reason in, say, league football that you don't have that extra time is because that's not how it works. But in a cup competition, like the World Cup, the extra 30 minutes is an extension of the 90 minutes. So it should count. It's all part of the same game.
Yeah. I don't know, one of you lads made a good point as well about the bookies. Only paying out the 90 minutes too.
That was me.
I see what you're saying. I can see both sides of the argument, really. I'm a bit on the fence about it, but it's a hard one.
You got to think now, Andy, right?
Thanks, Josh.
Bookies are not going to give you a bigger opportunity of winning, are they? So they're not going to say hat-trick in 120 minutes.
No, but the opportunity of winning comes down to the odds they're offering, not necessarily the time frame of the bet.
Surely you've got more chance of winning the bet if there's 120 minutes as opposed to 90.
Yeah, but then if that was the case, that would be determining the odds that would be shortened.
I get that.
So for argument's sake, if Mbappe, I'm talking round numbers, this was not the price. If Mbappe was 10 to 1 to get a hat-trick in a World Cup final in 90 minutes, he might be 5 to 1 to get it in 120.
Yeah.
But they don't see 120 minutes as a game of football.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, they should do.
Well, maybe they should, maybe they shouldn't. Steve's up next. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Andy. You all right, Dan?
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
What's your view?
I'm just kind of thinking about, like, this compared to the Golden Boot, because...
Do you mean the Golden Goal?
The Golden Boot in terms of the whole competition.
Oh, I see.
You could argue that it's not fair that Argentina and France with Messi and Mbappe got all the games available for the World Cup. And I'm sort of thinking that's quite similar to the extra time, really. And I'm sort of saying, should we stop the Golden Boot in the group stages to have it as a fair competition compared to, like, saying that the World Cup...
Are you saying that some players will get 120 minutes to score as many goals as they can and some only 90? Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, in this occasion, in the World Cup final, yeah. And it's like saying Mbappe had more games than somebody who went out in the group stages to become the Golden Boot winner.
So hold on. Steve, are you saying that the Golden Boot race should only start once you get out the group?
Not at all.
What are you saying?
Just making a comparison that if we're saying that it's kind of look at a draw how many minutes you play in the World Cup final.
Yeah, but it's determined by how far you go in the competition, right?
Exactly, and the same as how the Golden Boot winner is decided. We don't question how many games somebody played, so why might we question how many minutes are played in a World Cup final?
I never thought I'd say this, but you can have this one, Benny.
Okay, yeah, I'm just, so basically what you're saying is, as you get out the groups, players like Mbappe and Messi have got more chance of winning the Golden Boot because they might end up playing in 2 or 3 games that are 120 minutes as opposed to just 90 in the group stages.
No, just playing more games. It's like they're playing more games, so they're going to have...
Yeah, but isn't that how competitions work?
Yeah.
So are you questioning competitions
No, I'm just sort of kind of trying to say, I don't think I'm saying it too well. I'm trying to say
I don't think you are saying it too well, Steve.
Must have had a long day at work, obviously. No, I'm just trying to say that I think it should still count as a hat-trick, because it's just kind of look at a draw that they ended up playing 120 minutes in the final, and you shouldn't hold that against them. The same as you shouldn't hold it against Mbappe, that he played as many games as were possible and available in the World Cup for the Golden Boot.
But do you know what the mad thing is though? Is that but
Is it Steve was allowed to come on national radio?
No, but if you are
Thanks, Steve,
if you
I'm
are
joking.
your club's talisman, right, like Ronaldo for Brazil or Mbappe, if your team is very good and you get to the final, you're going to play maximum games anyway.
Yeah. Are you explaining that to me? Because I agree with you there.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
But Harry Kane
he looks so confused.
in 2018 won it, and he didn't play maximum games.
That's right.
He missed one
Yeah.
because he didn't get to the final.
Yeah.
So I thought at first he was saying that Golden Boot race should only start once you get out of the group.
Yeah, because then you've got games that can go into extra time.
But imagine you smash 10 in the group stage.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen. Let's go to David, a Leeds fan. Hi, Dave.
Hello, it's David. Hi, guys. Nice to
David.
talk to you.
Our
Great
pleasure.
show, by the way.
Thank you, man.
The point that got me thinking and got me on the phone to you was when you compared the penalty shootout to normal gameplay as a particular part of the whole game. It's not. It's if you want to use local darts parlance, seeing as you've been watching it, it's like nearest the ball. It doesn't count. So, for example, last Euros, England went through the whole tournament unbeaten, but unfortunately, the competition was decided on a nearest the ball or a penalty shootout. So you should never actually count that.
But if you're playing darts and it finishes level and they end up nearest to the ball, that counts. That determines the outcome.
Well, it counts because it's a decider. You need a mechanism to decide a game.
Yeah.
Because as you know, we've all seen games that could go on for 5 hours to goal. So at some point, you've got to decide a game.
So it does count.
But it's not game.
So
It doesn't really count. Because if you scored a penalty in the penalty shootout, you'd have to rewrite the history books of players' goal-scoring tallies. And none of the federations support that. So the proper game is over 120 minutes when required, and the goals that are scored in that should count. Hat-trick, whatever, own goals, they all go down into the record.
See, I agree with Dave. I agree with David.
So, Dave, let me ask you, if you score the winning penalty in a World Cup final for England, right, and someone says, who scored the winner? Who scored the winner for England? Is the answer Dave or no one?
No one.
No one. It's just a mechanism to, because...
Who triggered that mechanism?
Trying everything.
Well, you need a mechanism
David,
to
he's just
decide
trying.
it.
David, he's tried everything.
Dave, who, sentence again, I never thought I'd say, but who triggered the mechanism, Dave?
What, the penalty, the shootout?
Yeah, is it Dave? Did Dave trigger the mechanism?
No, I don't get that, Andy.
That's it. Neither do I, David.
Dave, we call it a draw, which ironically is something.
Well, no, that's fair. It's fair enough. No, but it's a good discussion because these players. There's some players who walk away from that shootout. There's other players who man up, and you can't really put it into the record books as something I've achieved. Otherwise, it would distort things in terms of personal performance, I believe.
Okay.
You stick to the 90 minutes and the 120, and those hat-tricks count. And those hat-tricks should be celebrated.
Okay.
And by the way, when you say about England going to the World Cup, let's talk about Wales going there.
Oh, you're breaking up now, Dave. We'll have that conversation. We'll have that conversation in 4 years, or 8, or 12.
Yeah, all right. No, great stuff, lad.
Thank you, Dave. It's very kind. Have a lovely day. There you go, Dave, the Leeds fan.
What about if the winning penalty is not someone scoring it, but the goalkeeper saving it?
The fellow who scored the last one.
Yeah, see, it's all wishy-washy.
No, it's not wishy-washy.
man.
You thought you had something there, didn't you?
I did.
And then you
I did
realised that for someone to save it means someone scored it just before. It will run and run. Keep your calls coming in. I'm enjoying it. 03717 22 3344.